All right, here we go again. This is like my eighth time doing this at this point, but you know, it is what it is. My name is Juwan Lawson, sometimes known as Smooth, sometimes known as Smooth the Archivist. If you know of my music, if you do, thank you. And I'm becoming an artist. I have to say that because for a while I was convinced, or I, through some Jedi mind tricks, convinced myself that I wasn't an artist. Or maybe it's just that I didn't feel like I was ready. Um, I went to school for art, so by all means, I guess that does make me an artist. I got the BFA in, studio art, so for all intents and purposes, artist is what I am. And, you know, I went to school for art, obviously. um, I wanted to go for photography. I did landscape and cityscape photos a lot. Wasn't the biggest fan of portraiture. And then, went in, the pandemic happened, as I was being, I almost said onboarded, like this was a job. But, as I was matriculating, there we go, that's the official term, matriculating into college. So, first year was online. Can't really do much with photography, and, in the case of a global pandemic, the advice was to stay home. And if you do go outside, mask up, double mask, glove, and everything like that. So, yeah, I wasn't going outside. So the first year I considered a bunk year. I was playing PlayStation all the time. Uh, Yo, it was crazy. I was on PlayStation. First thing I got up, I had my alarm set for like 10 minutes before class. I get up, turn on my computer, turn on the PlayStation, and yeah, it's just crazy time. Now I think about it. Anyways, so yeah, throughout the next 3 years, I really experimented. I think that was the name of the game because we didn't have a foundational year. We didn't have a sort of thing where you're locked into a specific path. You're just you're given free reign of the entire class system. And so that's what I did. I tried my hand in a few different art styles. So I did video art, sound art, 3D animation, what's it called? Stop motion animation as well. Um, well, not stop motion, but like hand drawn animation for a little bit. I did painting. I did drawing. Drawing, I lasted 2 classes and I realized I wasn't built for that. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, I graduated from school and I graduated feeling that I wasn't ready for doing art as a part of my life, whether that be semi-professional or professional. I didn't feel like I was ready. That could be because we didn't really have classes on how to be a professional artist, which we didn't really get it until my senior spring, which is kind of like, okay, well, it's a little too late, but it is what it is. um, you really sit there and you're like, oh man, that's kind of crazy. You didn't get that until senior spring, but it is, that's life. That's how it goes. And so you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I I don't feel like as if I was ready. And part of being an artist is being a business person. I didn't feel like I had the business acumen, so I let I graduated, and then 2 years went by, and here we are now, 2026, and I was like, I gotta at least give it a shot before I give up on it completely. And I won't lie, it's been difficult. You figure out a lot of things about yourself when you're trying, stuff. You're not as good as you used to be in the mediums that you once had maybe not a mastery over, but working knowledge over. And you're kind of a novice in a lot of things. I've been really focused on painting, collaging, and those two I've been a complete novice in, and it's partially frustrating, partially freeing in a sense, because it's like, oh, I have no expectation to be good, but then in my mind I also have an expectation to be good. So that may be a little backwards. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of painting, collage, sound art as well, music as well. I consider those two separate. I don't consider them exactly the same practice. For my purposes, I don't know, other people may, but for me, they're two totally separate parts of me. And I got back into photography recently, which has been cool. It's been very nice, but I'm really drawn to trying to make collage, painting, mixed media stuff my bread and butter, which admittedly has been a little rough, when you're a perfectionist, which is what I am, or what I'm trying not to be. uh, it's a little tough because you look at what you've done, you as in me. You look at what you've done and you're like, man, this is some hot dog water. Like, this is just trash. And then you're comparing yourself to your friends who have obviously been painting way longer than you, and you're going online and you're looking at people who have obviously been doing this stuff way longer than you. I just got back into like painting and collage this year, 3 months ago, and I'm expecting to be like A tier. Big bro, you D tier right now, but you got to work your way up, and that's the thing, is that I'm making this video to tell myself, yo, you have to lock in. You're the only person who can help you advance. You can watch all these YouTube videos and study all these tutorials, but at the end of the day, I have to be the one to sit there, look at myself, and be like, do you want to improve, or do you want to continue being maybe not even lackluster, but like, do you want to improve? That's the question. Do you want to improve? And I'm making this video as a way to give myself the encouragement to do what I need to do in order to improve on my art, whether that be collaging, painting, sound art, whatever it may choose to be. I know that I have to be the one to spark the change and to actually do what I need to do to level up. Not even level up, of course, go at. Just level up. So, yeah, my name is Juwan, otherwise known as Smooth, and I'm becoming an artist.